And welcome back to the week of who wins. Obviously, I didn't get Fridays out, so I'm just doing the double. I'm doing a double work or double work. That those are words. I'm pulling a double here with it. So I'm just gonna do Fridays and today's today. So we have, believe if I'm not mistaken, getting my list of so forth and so on here. It was it was Hey Boss. That's the question. Who will win a fight? Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star versus Doflammigo from One Piece. Now, with Kenshiro, I've done, I think, at least one with him, and I do have another one planned for him later down the line. Actually, do I have it planned for later next week, or is it later down the line? Yeah, no, it is later down the line. But someone suggested another one with Kenshiro. So going over Kenshiro real quick, he is the Fist of the North Star. I can't remember the name of the martial art he's the master of, but he is a master of the human body. He is literally can kill you just by touching you, and then you'll like explode and things along those lines. But he's capable of just walking through a building, falling down, and with like nothing, just walking right through things. He can deflect bullets with just his body. He can heal with it as well. He can sense has heightened sensory and perception. He's capable of going like fully intangible when he like feel. I can't remember exactly what it is that he does per se, but he can go completely intangible. And of course he's like, that whole shtick. No, he's immensely powerful. Doflamingo is a pirate in One Piece who is a devil fruit user. Now, I think it's called the string fruit. 1 second. There we go. I had a door got blown open. I believe it's called the string fruit. Essentially allowed him to create razor wire. And he can use it in God knows amount of way, including just the standard throw razor wire at you. Cut something in half. He can make string clones, which they can take some punishment and then just burst into strings. He can create basically like a razor cage. The strings themselves are extremely durable, capable of withstanding great amount of damage. He can actually touch. He's a user who's actually awakened his devil fruit, which means he can actually, in his case, turn objects into strings for more advantages. Capable of combining strings into large, like spiked tendrils. Consistently blocking. He's also just highly durable. A lot of the individuals in the One Piece universe are just extremely durable. Capable of taking massive amount of punishment. And there's a lot more to him that I'm probably just not going over, but that's the general gist. Anyway, so you could see Kenshiro wandering the Grand Line at some point, and eventually coming across Doflamingo, and the fight would commence. Now, Doflamingo can easily keep himself out of Kenshiro's range just by throwing like razor wire at him, doing strings, whatever. He can easily keep himself out of harm's way from him. However, he despite all his durability, and despite a lot of people in One Piece having immense durability, his devil fruit doesn't give him any sort of physical benefits like anything that actually physically changes his body to a degree. Yeah, it doesn't do that to the best of my knowledge. All it does is give him the razor wire, which is impressive nonetheless. So he's still human, which means if Kenshiro gets one single hit on him, boop, you're already dead. Like that will happen. But again, Doflamingo is very capable because he can like stay in mid-air, like float in the air. With his strings like carrying him or holding him in place, things along those lines. So the question is going to become, will Doflamingo? Because I have no doubt that eventually Kenshiro will get a hit on Doflamingo if Doflamingo doesn't kill him at some point prior to that. So the question quickly becomes, can Doflamingo kill Kenshiro? And that's a difficult question to say because we've seen the fact that he is durable enough to like just tanks other individuals' hits, things like catch bullets, literally walk straight through a building. Literally, like, just walk straight through a building like it's nothing. Um, so, and sorry, there's a trailer for Avengers Infinity War, our TV spot going on there right now. So, yeah. Got my tickets. So, it's tough because he can block swords, things along those lines. But so I believe I saw that because I never truly watched the series, but I remember because I watched the death battle for him and Jotaro. The guy like pierced him with his fingers, but I know he was another user of the style, something along those lines. So it would make sense why he could pierce him. Uh, I'm going to say that theoretically, yes, Doflammigo could, but here's the thing: it would be like a long, drawn out kind of fight where he's be throwing like string of strings, which might cut into him. But Kenshiro is capable of rapid healing in many ways. Um, so despite the density of like his muscles and things along those lines, it would cut into him, but just not anything lethal right off the bat, which would give Kenshiro enough time to basically recover and figure out a way to get Doflammigo. Doflammigo also would just get frustrated at this and maybe try to just go in for close range, maybe using the strings. And at that point, Kenshiro can capitalize on his abilities and do a lethal hit on Doflammigo. So, now that being said, Doflammigo can also just, maybe tie him up long enough to try to just razor wire like his head off or something like that. So maybe like just kind of just keep him stuck in strings, like, awaken the ground, bury him in strings, he gets stuck, and then just kind of constricts him tight. Kenshiro could definitely get out of that and then maybe go intangible for a little bit. But the minute he stops being intangible, he'll just, grab him and maybe just, and then just cut into his neck and, he'll bleed out or he'll take his head off. So it's a very it's tough just because these two guys are very polar opposite in the way they might take each other on. Doflammigo can easily go for range and stay away from him. Kenshiro kind of needs to hit you. But if he hits you, you're done. So it's a tough call, but I think I will go just because of the sheer amount of versatility that Doflammigo has with his abilities. I am gonna go with Doflammigo, but it's like a 55 to 45 percentile on that. Like 55% of the time he's gonna win, but 45% of the time Kenshiro will luck out and get that one hit on him. Or, and theoretically speaking, if he maybe touched like a part of his hand that would do that, and Doflammigo realizes there's something up, he would take his hand off real quick before like the actual effect happens. So, and he save himself that. So theoretically speaking, that could happen as well. So I will go Doflammigo, but it's like it's barely it's here. But I'll eke out Doflammigo for that. But let me know if you think different. If you completely think Kenshiro can, if you can point out things I forgot, by all means, go ahead. I'm not gonna complain about that whatsoever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next.